So today is going to be a bit of a different style video, obviously. You're in my bathroom. I am headed to school pickup and I really wanted to get this video recorded before I left. So I said, we're going to do a blend of get ready with me and chatting about our topic for today. So work with me and these curls that are only 2 days old, yet not doing what we need them to do. So we're gonna do our best with what we got. All right, so today, the main thing that's been on my mind is this Bible verse, and I would have to look it up. I didn't look it up before I got on. I just know it to be I know it, but I don't know the exact verse of where it's found. But it speaks on the harvest. It basically says the harvest is plenty, yet the laborers are few. And this was introduced to me during a fast that I was doing a while ago. And for some reason, it had just been really on my spirit today. And then I got confirmation from another creator here that I watch, Danielle Pu. I don't know. I'll put her name in the description so you can check out her page. But it was confirmation because I had even been talking about this idea of like work-life balance and just how there is a blend of not being so far on one side of the spectrum that you're not doing the things that actually help you create what you desire. So everybody's talking about soft life. They're talking about, anti-hustle culture and all these things. And while I agree with being anti-hustle culture, I do value seasons. There is seasonality to times to plant. Um, there's another verse that's coming to mind even now. There's a season to weep. There's a season to be enjoyed. There's a season to rest. It goes through, and of course I can't remember the exact verse right now, but that verse speaks to seasonality. I know when my dad passed away, earlier last year or in the middle of last year, that was a verse that I was hanging on to because the business still has to be ran. The child still has needs. The husband still has needs. I still have needs, right? And even through that time of grief, it was like, okay, there's seasons. There's moments that I can still accept joy, even though I'm going through this traumatic thing, right? There are seasons when I can rest, even though there are things that need to be done, and giving myself permission to have those seasons. That was really important to me. So when it comes to my work, it's similar. There's not always going to be this perfect harmony and balance. And sometimes I have to remember what season that I'm in, especially as I'm in spaces where, people may be encouraging others to not work as hard. And, oh, I spend 2 hours a day on my business and I make $20 million and I do all these things and da 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 da. And it's like, yeah, that's great because you've built that. I think that's what a lot of people have to like start saying as well, is like, you have to build in order to have that level of flexibility. Or maybe you were building it on the side while you had, consistent income coming in, or whatever the case may be. I just think that it is also important to keep the aspect of working and building still in the conversation. It is not meant to be a forever thing. I think we're going to work with this. It's not meant to be a forever thing that you're constantly working at a particular pace. I believe that there are certain seasons that call for more. And we don't have to shy away from those seasons simply because it can be a little difficult. That's where we lean on support. That's where we lean on people who have our backs. That's where we lean on, different ways of doing things so that we're able to accomplish the assignment. God has given us a lot of assignments in this life. It's not just to be a mom. It's not just to be a wife. It's not just to be a productive human being. It's not just to be a business owner. And so there are going to be seasons in which One may be taking more of our time than others, and that's okay. When you're in a building season, it requires focus, it requires dedication, it requires devotion. Doesn't mean that you just don't do all of your other responsibilities. It just means in some cases, look, I might have to tell my husband, I'm not gonna be able to do no cooking this week. He might cook. We might pick something up. We might, have some time to chat in the evening. And when they go to bed, I might come back down and do some additional work. That is okay for a season. And another thing that was on my mind with this is the capacity piece. Like, one of the things I'm reminding myself, especially as I think about my moves as I move into becoming an international sought out keynote speaker and all the things that I'm looking to build, I'm like, oh, but Lord, I'm thinking about this flesh that I have, this um, version of myself that I am, and thinking about what it's going to be like over there. And I have to remind myself, like, in the spirit, I have unlimited capacity. I just heard and felt this morning, like, you have capacity for more than what you think. Like, you're like, oh, well, I'm already tired. I'm a mom, I'm doing these things, I'm already tired. How can I add more? And I just got this conviction that you have more capacity than you think. And it's not just in your physical flesh, it's in the spirit. You're not going to get to these dreams that God has for you by being the person that's only stuck in this box. There is a level that is going to help you be able to sustain what you have. And I don't believe that's just, working up the muscle and trying to get your mind right and, work yourself to death to try to become that person. I think that's one way. But the way that I'm adopting is I'm just going to let the spirit expand me. I'm going to let the spirit expand me. I'm going to continue to do the things I know to do, to invite the Holy Spirit in, to stretch me to where God is calling me to, instead of me trying to take the vision and run it with my own strength. Done that before? Not a fan. Not a fan. It didn't work out. Hopefully this isn't loud. I don't know. Y'all are really getting ready with me. I gotta grab these earrings in a second. So, Lord. See, now you know it's not AI. I'm over here choking on the hairspray. So that is just, like I said, it's really heavy on me to remind myself of that, to live that way, to go after opportunities in that way, that it's not about what I can handle today, but it's about staying in the spirit so I can handle what's there for me tomorrow. This balance that we are seeking, or like this soft life that is just getting talked about so much. I'm a fan of luxury. I'm a fan of relaxing. I don't want to hustle and grind until I'm 80 years old either. But I am going to use my window of opportunity and my time to go forth. And that's what Danielle was speaking about so well, that I was just like, yes, this is exactly what I've been aligning with and feeling, revealing in myself and in my prayer time, that there is a season. And it's okay to lock in. And I think sometimes with our culture, we can feel like, oh, maybe I'm doing too much, so I need to stop. I know this is me. Maybe I'm doing too much, I need to stop. Or things start going well and you inadvertently start to undo the progress because this must be wrong. No, it does take work. It does take dedication. Even if it's spirit led, it does take dedication to execute and see it through. It's not enough to just pray for it. It's not enough to just get a revelation. I've been saying in my prayer time, Lord, I don't want to just be a window shopper of your blessings for me. I don't want to be a window shopper of your favor for me. I don't want the taste test from Costco where I just get a good little feel and then I just go back to my regular world. No, I want your favor to be a dwelling place within me. I want your favor and your blessings to be made manifest in the physical in my life. I don't just want the drive-by blessings. And some of us in our culture and religion are okay with just getting drive-by blessings, are okay with just showing up to church and feeling good and going home. I don't want that. And I don't think you want that either. So when it comes to building, which relates this all back to what we're talking about here, using and packaging your influence to work with these corporate clients, it takes building. It takes devotion. It's not about, I'm just going to wish this one day and everything is going to just fall in my lap. The devotion to knowing that this is for you and that you're going to see it through is important. And the seasonality of building is important. One thing that I'm doing, this is the last thing I'll share because I got to grab these earrings and get out of here, is that I am doing less consuming and more producing. I am focusing more on building my own brand than building the brands of others. So this is my invitation. I want you to look at your time. What are you spending your time on right now? What are you engaging in right now? And ask yourself, is this building my brand or is this building others? Because here's the other little step on your toe moment that I had to check myself with. We say we don't want hustle culture. We don't want to have to do all these things. We want to be able to rest, work-life balance, blah, blah, blah. But how much of our time is actually spent building other people's brands while we're claiming that we're tired and we're burnt out and we don't have the time? Oof. If we are spending time consuming and not building our own brands, yet we're tired, something got to switch, right? Because that time that's invested in building and spending and growing other brands should be fueled into your brand before you ever call yourself tired. And I know sometimes it can feel like an escape or like relaxing and all of that, but use that time to rest. Rest up for the call because it requires the devotion. It requires knowing that this is for you. It requires that this is going to work for me. One thing that I need when I work with people is folks that know this is going to work for them. Because you can't teach that. You can't teach conviction. You can't teach confidence. It's like you need to know this is where you're going to be and you're going to see it through. And then when I meet you with the strategy, when I meet you with a proven process, now I know you're going to take it and run. But if you're sabotaging at every turn, if you're more interested in this balance than what it takes to build for a season, it's not going to work. So that's my challenge to you. Chatty today, partially getting ready, trying to get these curls together. Gotta get all the things together so I can get out of here. But that's my message that I wanted to share with you. It just that word has just been going over and over in my mind. The harvest is plenty, the laborers are few. The harvest is plenty, the laborers are few. That means one last thing. This is what I'll leave on. To put that word in the natural for me, I can remember going through life thinking, oh, this person has this, they have that. That's why they're in this place or in this position. They're older, they're this, they have these logos, they have this background, and that's why they're this. It's a whole opportunity out there for whoever's looking to build. And I was shown that today. I'm like, wait, this person has what? Wow, their resume looks just like mine and they're on these stages and these platforms. Wow, and because I do this work, I can analyze why a particular topic works or why, you know what I'm saying? When I can see what they're doing, I'm like, okay, I get the connection. And I'm like, wow, they connected that out of that. And it just snapped into my mind. It's not about, and I'm speaking on speaking or corporate contracts, it's not about selling yourself as much. It's about selling a product that people want. It's about using your story and packaging it into a product that people want. It's not about you. It's not about how much they like you. Yet, likability is a product too. Being likable, being an eloquent speaker, having transformations that you could put people through is a product that you've packaged. That's the skill to learn. How to package what you have into a product, not how to make people like you, not how to manufacture or be worried about what other people's stories are. People can pull the most random stories, y'all. Poets are becoming corporate trainers. No leadership degree in sight. No professional coaching experience in sight. They have taken what the parameters or the aspects of poetry and how it applies to leadership. Taking a story or a part of their life, putting it into a package or product and selling it in the areas where people are already looking for it. That's it. So if you've ever overcomplicated this, if you've ever said, I don't have this and I don't have that, I want you to think about it from this. You're creating a product. It may not be a physical, makeup or whatever the case may be, all the stuff that's here, but your talk, your workshop, your consulting is a product. And you can tweak and manufacture and strengthen the product to go to serve the client best. It's no need to hang on to any type of limitations. I think that's the hardest part when you're quote unquote selling yourself or selling your experiences, is that you blend the two. You as the product, so the emotions that you have, the traumas that you have, and all of that plays into you being able to sell and show up. What I'm telling you, put yourself aside, look at what you're offering, your speeches, your knowledge, your experience as a product. Look at yourself when you step into the role as a speaker or a consultant as the product. Leave all that emotional stuff behind. What makes the product better? When I can market and speak about this better. When I learn how to craft my topics better. When I learn how to connect my story to what people are looking for. I'm just tweaking the product. When I learn stage presence, I don't have nerves because I'm just the product. So I think if we learn how to separate those two, one thing that really helped me with this is I thought about my days as a performer. When I was in school, I was a dancer, I was a singer, I did plays and acting, right? Yes, I do remember being nervous, but especially with acting, I don't remember being that nervous. I'm saying the lines. Like I'm here on a job. I'm saying the lines. I think the more we can disconnect from that emotion, like it's not Kirsten who's been through this and da 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 da. Like, no, this is Kirsten the product. Let me step into this. Say the lines, deliver the product. Like, that's it. Yes, you're going to have your emotion with it, and that's all a part of the product. That's a part of it. And if we treated it more like a job, more like this role that you're playing, I don't know, that works for me because I'm all into acting and into the film and TV world. But that just shifted something like, whoa, you're the product. All that other stuff, when you get off the stage, that's when you jump back into that. But here you're this. So tweak the product. Tweak it. I didn't say that right. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm going to treat it as a product. I'm going to look at it as a third party and say, what can we do to better this product? Where do we need to place this product where people are already buying it? What language do we need to have around this product that's going to make it enticing? Not me, the product, the talk, the workshop. Kirsten J. Allen, the brand and international speaker, is a product that we continue to improve. So I got off on a rant and I'm late. So I will talk to y'all soon, and drop in the comments. Let's continue this conversation. And of course, check out the next video, but let's have a conversation. What is coming up for you when it relates to stepping into opportunities, when it relates to going further into something that is calling you? And what are your thoughts on treating yourself or your service as the product and removing the emotion? Because the harvest is plenty, the laborers are few. Everybody's sitting on the sidelines, all stuck in their emotions, and I can't have, and this, and nobody sees me, da 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 da. There's plenty of people in that camp. The laborers are saying, what do I have, and how do I build this product better so that I can labor well? Let me know. Let's talk about it. See you soon.